Hello, welcome. Thought I'd just do one quick little close-up video. This is a 1541 disk drive. I'm about to turn it on, and if you're testing a 1541, this is what you want to see. This is basically what you want to hear. The drive spins, the power light comes on, the activity light comes on. Typically, on most drives, power is green, activity is red, but there could be some variation somewhere, so don't worry. The power light will stay on, or should stay on. The activity light will go off. The drive will stop spinning. You know you're in trouble if, however, lights on or lights off or anything going on, if the drive just spins endlessly. That's not good. And that means chances are there's trouble on the circuit board. I'm going to turn this off again. I'll do it again. This is a good sign. It does not mean the drive is working. There still could be other issues lingering. We turn it on. Drive spins. Red light comes on. Red light goes off as the drive spins. Power light stays on. Anyway, it's a good indication, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's okay. There can still be issues lurking within, but hopefully not. Anyway, and a 1541, for anyone that is not aware, I see things advertised and people say, oh, I don't have the power supply. It just takes a power cord, a regular power cord that you might find on a printer or on a TV or on a monitor or all kinds of things, modern things, old things, all kinds of things. And the power supply on all of this type of drive are built in. So it's just basically a cord with 3 prongs that you would find on all kinds of things that have removable plugs. So if someone says, oh, I don't have the power supply, don't worry, just it's a regular cord. Now the 1541-2 and 1581 are different in that, yes, the power supply is a different thing. It's a separate thing. The drives are much smaller, they're much shorter, they're much lighter, and the power supply is more like what you would find on a Commodore 64 or a VIC-20, where you have a cord that plugs in, you have a box in the middle, and you have a cord that carries on to the drive. They're not the same as the 64 and the 128 or the the power supply is not the same one that is used on the other machines, but it's the same sort of idea, and that indeed makes it quite easy and quite possible for power supplies to go missing. Anyway, one more time, 1541. Do we think it works? We'll try. It spins, activity, power, life is good. If you turn on that switch and you're plugged in and you know you have power and you get nothing, then check the fuse. But if the drive just spins and spins and spins and spins, and sometimes the light will be on and sometimes the light will be off, then that means there's circuit board troubles. And when I find that, what I do is I will typically take and put a different circuit board on to test the drive mechanism and see if that's working and all of that. Anyway, but for that you need another thing. So if you only have one disk drive and it's just spinning and spinning and spinning, that makes it tough. It's hard to diagnose. Thankfully, on a lot of these, the main chips on the circuit board of the 1541 are indeed in sockets, which means they're easier to get out and in and change. Not that there aren't issues sometimes with sockets if they go bad, or if a pin gets broken, or something. The other thing to do is when you first open up such a drive, if you are having issues, really double check and make sure that all the pins on all the chips are actually in the holes in the sockets. It was a while ago, but I did have a 1541-2 that it just spun and spun and spun and spun. I was like, oh no. And I really didn't look too carefully. But when I did start poking around, there was a chip with one pin that had slipped out and was now kind of bent out over the edge of the socket. And of course, then the drive just sat there and spun. And when I carefully corrected that and put the the chip into the socket, it was just fine. So, power on, green light, red light, drive stop. That's a good sign. Anyway, thanks for coming. Have a lovely, lovely day. Bye for now.